there are tools that help in SEO, correct? Like what people are currently searching for.
Mhm.
Wouldn't that be similar to what you're saying, that that's trained on yesterday's data and can't predict the future? So why would you use a tool that tells you?
Well, it's like the 6-7 thing. There's no SEO for that. Somebody came up with it and then it exploded.
Well, I think it
So
goes to
it's sort of a past tense history that the SEO gets created, not beforehand.
I think it goes to a lot of SEOs based on bots and how the bots crawl
Mhm.
the internet. And so when an AI says, "Well, hey, this is what a bot is going to be looking for," it's probably because it's already programmed to think kind of like that in the first place. So, I mean, that's kind of why SEO is currently broken if you know how to use AI well, because it can just get you to the
Yeah.
top of the results. But I feel like I blame Google. They broke the way we use the internet currently, and like
Mhm.
how businesses advertise. Because if you go to Google, you do a search, the first thing you get is advertisements at the top, and you have to wonder what happened to the content that's below. Why are we pushing everything? Why are we making it pay to win? It feels like pay to win.
This
Does that
is
make
one of
sense?
those, yeah, this is one of those problems with one of the AI companies wins the war on who's the top. That once they lock that down, you're gonna find all sorts of problems that benefit them and not necessarily consumers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that could be interesting. Going back
So
to other business ideas.
yeah.
So another one that me and Phil did, which was an interesting one. So when you go to these ideas, there's different types. There's sort of like, what is something like the lawn mowing thing, like that for sure. If you put in the effort and advertise, you can pretty well see the other side. The social media thing is sort of a moonshot. Like it's sort of a, you came up with an idea that makes sense. Am I crazy? Does it really make sense?
Yeah.
One we did that was really fun. I had a lot of fun doing this. Um, and in recent years, we've had more ideas about this that are really cool that require lots of funding. But this was recycling, in particular, recycling metal. And we would recycle cars. And the main one we did was satellite dishes. I don't know if you guys have seen, they have like Dish Network. You've seen those, right? But these ones were the old ones where they were really big, like really huge.
Yeah.
Um, and they're all over the place, and nobody uses them because it's an outdated technology. And they're made of aluminum. And so we knock on people's doors and say, "Oh, can we take this from you?" And some would say, "Oh yeah, get this junk off my property. Thanks for taking it."
Right.
To the point where they were saying like, "We'll pay you," but then I think we would not think that through and be like, "Oh, we're taking this to make money, so don't pay us." And
Yeah.
others would think it's like their valuable property and they spent so much and they don't want to give it to us. And so we had a lot of fun doing that recycling business. You have
Yeah.
more thoughts on that, Phil?
No, I mean, we found, it goes back to the dead flowers. We found we found something that nobody wanted that was
Mhm.
like a huge eyesore, and we turned it into something valuable.
Yeah.
But going to link it to like finding an audience, pursuing an audience. How did we just like knocked on people's doors, right?
Yeah. We could see that they had one and then we would knock on their doors. I think we advertised on Craigslist and we did get a few random people
Oh,
that contacted us.
yeah.
But the one that we pursued the most, or the one we had the most success with, not necessarily the most profit with, but the most success with, was the satellites.
Yeah.
So that was kind of fun.
Yeah. I'm wondering. I mean, we did the auto mechanic, the mobile auto mechanic, and realized way too much investment in tools to make that
Well,
successful.
so where the mobile mechanic idea came from, which is when I was in college in Hawaii, they had in Hawaii, you would assume what? Would you think cars would be expensive or cheap?
Expensive.
Very
Okay,
expensive.
they're the opposite. And do you want to know
Really?
why? Well,
Nobody
first of
drives?
all, well, everybody comes to the island and then they have to leave. And so they come there, they bring their car, and then they just leave it there. And so there's
Because
a
it's too
surplus of
expensive to ship back?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And plus the ocean air corrodes the car. You know what I mean? So there's like, oh, it's not worth it kind of thing. And there's a lot of military and a lot of college students and just a lot of, visitors for this or that. So anyway, there's a surplus of cars.